Hawaii is susceptible to many types of natural disasters, such as hurricanes, earthquakes, and tsunamis. This places thousands of residents and tourists at risk every day. To assist the state of Hawaii in preparing for and responding to these disasters, Hawaii State Civil Defense and the Federal Emergency Management Agency's Region IX Office have created two response plans: the Hawaii All Hazards Concept Plan, or CONPLAN, and the Operations Plan, or OPLAN.
Well, the contingency plan that we have before us is a contingency plan. It's an all hazards contingency plan. Thanks to the largesse of the Federal Emergency Management Agency that got the funds to help us put together a contingency plan for all hazards for the state of Hawaii. And then parallel with that is an operations plan for a major disaster caused by a hurricane strike on the island of Oahu.
The All Hazards CONPLAN and the OPLAN represent over a year of extensive planning and development between federal, state, and local government agencies, as well as non-governmental organizations and private sector participants.
Plans were created as a result of FEMA doing catastrophic disaster planning across the nation. We're doing it in Florida, California, the New Madrid earthquake zone. And so in Hawaii, we developed these plans to ensure that, one, we had an umbrella plan that demonstrated how we will come together in a unified way for any event. But the operation plan was developed specifically because of the hurricane threat that Hawaii faces.
Earlier in 2009, the plans were employed during the Makani Pahili exercise. This is an annual exercise sponsored by the State of Hawaii Civil Defense, used to practice state and local response to a hurricane.
We tested this plan in a major exercise, Makani Pahili, in early June period of this year. And then we retested it again on an actual hurricane, Hurricane Felicia, which we could test, and we use actually portions of this catastrophic hurricane OPLAN.
Hurricane Felicia came about in early August through mid-August and hung around just east of the state for almost 2 weeks. We had a good chance to take a look at the plan. As a matter of fact, from FEMA National, FEMA Regional, all the federal agencies were paying attention to the plan. As it turned out, Hurricane Felicia was forecast to be downgraded to a tropical depression before it made landfall to the Hawaiian Islands. So even that gave us an opportunity to come up with a different scenario, or a slightly change in our scenario in terms of what triggers would be in place for a tropical storm versus a major hurricane.
As the name suggests, the All Hazards CONPLAN serves as an umbrella plan that is adaptable for responding to the full range of potential disasters. These joint rules of engagement allow for testability and coordination in responding to all hazards. The development and testing of the All Hazards CONPLAN and OPLAN represent an emergency response first, following Hawaii's agreement to be the first state in the nation to engage in a joint planning exercise that fully employs the FEMA Integrated Planning System, or IPS, which is scheduled to become a national template for joint federal, state, and local disaster planning.
The integrated planning system is a new system that FEMA has gravitated to ensure that local, state, federal interagencies, as well as non-governmental agencies and the private sector, are all coming together to develop a specific response plan. It's probably the first one in the nation, Hawaii's under this new IPS system.
Recently, Hawaii State Civil Defense and FEMA's Region IX Office signed an official Memorandum of Understanding that states that these plans will be used during potential future disasters. While these plans serve as an important starting point for responding to disasters, the most important and effective response will always depend on personal readiness.
I think citizens definitely need to be prepared for disasters. I think they can't rely solely on their government. While it's important for government to plan, it's equally or more important that citizens prepare themselves as well.
Personal responsibility is still very important, not only for yourself, but for your families and for your business, that they must have a emergency kit for 5 days of food and water, and also an emergency plan where in case the family gets separated, you'll know how to get back together and where your shelters are located.
September is National Preparedness Month, and it is an opportunity to remind everyone that just as FEMA and Hawaii have come together to plan for the worst, citizens and businesses must also prepare for the worst. These plans, when coupled with individual preparedness, will provide the recipes for success.
I mean, the public should be feel a sense of relief that government is, I think, finally found a key to improve modeling for storm surge, rains, and flooding. We've come together to understand from our vulnerabilities what we need to get to Hawaii as soon as possible. If we've got the time, it also provides government, the federal, state, and county level, to improve upon our capabilities, whether it's for shelters, emergency power, like generators and so forth and so on. Find ways in that we can stockpile the food stuff that we need to get into the islands.
We're just getting started, and it's incumbent upon us, the communities, the businesses, the local government, state government, our own federal family, to ensure that we're ready and we understand these plans and can respond with them as quickly as possible.
So it just gives us a leg up and a start, and if I was a citizen, I'd feel some comfort in that. But at the same token, there is their constant voice and plea from us that you also have to help yourselves and help us help you, and by being prepared.